right, hi everyone. I'll just start with the first question, then we'll go to media. Iga, Hubi, congratulations. The team's reached the final again this year. Just talk through some comments on both of your matches today.
Hubi will start.
Okay, so well, Iga played a great match, and yeah, I mean it was great to get a win for Team Poland. Played a decent match. Definitely happy with my performance, and some of the things started to click. And looking forward to tomorrow. And of course, Iga clinched the match at the end, so it was amazing, especially the comeback in the first set, and then a fantastic second set.
I'm for sure happy with my performance, especially because I didn't start well, and you know, it's not so easy to come back against, you know, player so like confident as Elena. So I pushed myself to the limits, you know, and I told myself, you know, I'm not gonna miss anymore. So at the end, you know, in the second set, I was able to keep it, even though for sure, you know, I felt pressure when I was closing the match. But I'm super happy with my game because it's the first time I was able to win against her on faster surface. So I think it's a nice step forward. And obviously, you know, and every match with her is always hard and will be. But for sure, it gives me like confidence and more hope.
All right, who'd like the first question? Craig, the back.
Craig Gabriel, United Cup Radio. Iga, you don't normally in a match that's not a final show that much emotion with a win or during points. The last couple of matches in particular, you've really shown a fair amount of emotion. Can you just touch on that?
Honestly, for sure, like for the past 2 years, you know, most of the wins I had weren't like a surprise for me, or now it's not either, but you know, I remember in 2022, like every quarterfinal was an amazing achievement, and last year, like quarterfinal was like, well, okay, I gotta do more, you know, so I'm trying to find more just joy in and these positive emotions. Obviously, sometimes negative are gonna come as well, but I feel like I can push with, like, when I'm having them, it's going to push me to work even harder. But for sure, you know, it's more emotional because we're playing for the team, not only for ourselves. So I think this also adds up to that. But I feel good. Like, I feel that these emotions are pushing me further, not like, I don't know, making me nervous or whatever.
Next question. Andrew, yeah.
Hubi, something a little different. I'm curious your viewpoint of the story of the Flamingo and how much it's contributed to Team Poland this year.
Viewpoint, okay, difficult question, Andrew. Okay, well, at first it was. You know, it was brought to us to support us on the ocean pool to keep us afloat, and that's what it's doing for us in the matches. Do you like the answer?
Always. Iga, I'm just curious because I know you've enjoyed it too. Just your thoughts.
Well, I'm not a good swimmer, so for sure I survived because of it at the beginning of the tournament. That's why I'm able to still be here. So. Thank you, Flamingo.
Okay, we'll go Courtney and then Kieran. Yeah, Courtney.
Iga, for the bulk of the start of the first set, it felt like you were kind of in your own head a little bit. It seemed like you couldn't just get out of it. I'm curious if there was anything that Wim told you that kind of helped with that, or if it was just something that you told yourself, because once you kind of locked in on those last, you know, couple of games, it seemed like things started to flow.
But what do you mean I was in my head, like positively?
No, not necessarily. Like, well, you just seemed like you were very frustrated that you couldn't. You said at one point, you know, like it has nothing to do with the backhand. I'm just pushing the ball.
Well, in first set, I felt like I'm not doing enough, you know, and I'm not working as hard as I should. I felt like I can do more with my legs and go lower and, you know, be more intense. So for sure, I wasn't happy with that because with Elena serving, like there weren't like much rallies to kind of work on this, you know. But then I really like with this one game that I broke her in first set, I really like ran to everything and I was able to get these balls back finally. So this was my chance, and then in second set at the beginning, well, I felt like I had two chances to break, you know, on first two games, and I just wanted to do that, you know, and I got frustrated by that a little bit, but obviously you can't go on your service game and think still about the previous game, so I just tried to reset, so I just told that, you know, to the team, and I forgot about it, you know, I went forward, and that was the best thing to do.
Okay, Kieran.
Kieran Gupta, the first serve. This question's to Iga, but also to Hubie, if you could answer it as well. You've played a number of high-quality matches in this tournament with Mukova and Boulter and now Rybakina. Do you think it helps your preparation for the Australian Open to have so many great wins against top opponents, or are you worried that facing so many of these top opponents takes out some of the energy that you need right before the Grand Slam? And Hubie, in terms of the energy that you've had playing those matches as well?
For Iga, you go first.
Honestly, I don't think it's going to change a lot. If I'm going to get it like enough recovery, I'll be fine. But for sure, it's giving me a lot of confidence, you know, and I wouldn't say that at the end of the season, maybe except Beijing King Cup, I played like my game, kind of. So playing these matches now and being able to push through some tough moments and playing, you know, with pressure on my shoulders and still being able to play well, it gives me a lot. So I would take this over, you know, being super, super fresh, especially because, you know, first of all, I'll have time to recover, and second of all, like, honestly, the season is hard, like, where no one is fresh, even at the beginning, I think. So yeah, I think, I mean, I'm still young, a few days is going to be enough.
Definitely happy to play matches and to play even more, especially that I haven't been playing last couple of months, haven't been playing much, so I need matches and I need tough ones, and really looking forward to the final.
Okay, we'll do two more. One for Courtney, one for Andrew. Yeah.
Just looking ahead then, Iga, obviously there's Coco, a very familiar opponent to you, and then the weirdness maybe of playing Carolina twice in a few days. Just can you talk about kind of the challenges of each?
Well, I wouldn't say it's super weird. Like, it also happens sometimes in WTA finals. But for sure, you know, there's always going to be a question, like, is she going to change something or not, you know? So, because playing, you know, the same week, we kind of know what to expect. So, so for sure, I'll need to, like, be ready for different scenarios. And against Coco, you know, she's playing great, I think. I mean, I haven't watched, but Coco is, I think, at this stage that she's developing, like, every month. So it's going to be also a nice challenge. And you know, I'm happy with my game. I can kind of play without expectations and just push for more as I did today. And I'll be happy, like, anyway, if I do, like, the same kind of work I did today, like, no matter the result. So, so I'll focus on myself, and that's it.
Okay, last one, Andrew.
Hubie, what's it like when you start a season with a new racket, and obviously you've been playing better and better? What's that experience like as you try to get used to it, and what you learn from playing with it more?
Well, obviously you need it's a big change, and you need matches, as I mentioned before, and practicing with the rackets is something else than playing matches. So I was getting used to the certain shots at the beginning because the feedback is different from the ball. So I need to mentally adjust, because what I was used to after certain shot, I was expecting certain result, which with this racket is a little bit different, and better for me, I feel. But it still needs some adjustment on my part, and yes, so that's why I'm so happy that we're in the final. So thanks to Iga and the team.
Well, you won as well.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.